Hello everyone, my name is David. Thank you for watching. This is my question and answer video where I'm answering all your guys' questions from the last question and answer video. Anything you want to ask me, go down below in the comment section. Ask me anything you want and I'll answer them in the next Q&A next Monday, okay? Please leave us your locations. Please, just tell us where you guys are from if you want to ask a question. Thank you. And let's see, let's get ready with part 2, which is from Dorian from Dallas. Hello. I've been trying to date since I figured out what was going on with my ex-malignant narc, and I keep finding a pattern of picking someone up, figuring out they're disordered after about a week to a month, and then ramp things down, rinse and repeat. I think the best option I've had was another codependent who wanted to merge with me after 2 weeks and argued why unconditional love and boundaries aren't needed if someone is truly the one. Do I need to take more time to heal myself, or do I just need to keep going until I find someone more on the side of emotionally healthy? Thank you for all you do. Thank you. So very common experiences people have after an emotionally abusive relationship. They want to keep dating and keep finding the right one, right? So you got to learn as much as you can from this relationship, as much as you can. There's a reason we got into it. Figure out what that reason is, okay? Figure out what that is and fix it. Repair things. What's the opposite of healthy, right? Sick, damaged. So, maybe you aren't as healthy as you need to be yet. We tend to attract where we are in life. I mean, if you haven't, coming out of relationships, emotionally abusive relationships, you're an absolute target for another one. Okay, you're a target to these people, and you're most likely to get into another one if you do not learn. You can't learn by dating someone else right away. You can't do that. It's really hard to learn about yourself and recover and heal from damage while you're with somebody else and about them. And we really shouldn't. We really shouldn't. We need to not bring this into the new relationship. We need to not be focused on it and talking about it and thinking about other people and stuff like this. Okay, it's not fair to them, to the relationship, or to you. So, if this is happening, why are we attracting sick people? Why? Okay, and feel better. If we don't heal from a relationship, we're most likely to get into another unhealthy one. If you don't heal from your childhood, if you don't heal from that, you're going to have bad relationships. Okay, I'm not saying if bad things happen or you had a bad childhood, you need to heal from it. If you have a bad relationship and you haven't healed from it, you're not going to have a very good one. Okay, there's got to be a pause or a break in between. Something. You can't go from a year and a half, 2 years, whatever it is, 5, 10 years abusive relationship and jump right into another one. You just can't learn enough. I'm glad that you're not staying involved with them, and that you see the signs and you get out and you leave. I'm glad for that much. You've obviously learned a lot. You probably feel a little better about yourself. You learned some boundaries and things like that. My guess is there's still a lot more to learn, okay? Okay? I tell you guys that the number one key to not do this again, we've got to heal and feel better from the past, but we've got to learn something we didn't ever learn. And that's meeting our emotional needs. You learn how to do that, you will calm your emotional reaction to things all the time, and you won't be scared. Okay? Thanks. Good luck. Ask me if I didn't answer it all the way. Okay, and you have some more to ask me about that, please do. Who is this? Tosh Bobby 16 from Washington, D.C. Hello. Hi, David. I love your channel. Thank you. Do you think it's incorrect to give information to the father of your child about narcissism? I know off the bat the answer is yes, but in my case I have full custody of our child and he lost supervised visitation. Okay, so your question is, the father of your child who you were with, you believe to be a narcissist, and you want to know if you should give him the information because you want to let him know he accused you. He's not giving up with a smear campaign against you. And the effects, and his big story is how the effects of no father in the home is going to damage the child. The effects of an abusive father will damage the child much more, won't it? So you want to send him videos about the negative effects of toxic parents on child. What do you think? There's nothing you can do or say that will get through to him, because there's nothing that anyone can do or say to get through to him if he's a narcissist. That's all of this needs to be fixed by him, and he's got to find the reason to do that, and it won't be shown or told to him by somebody else. Okay? We make big, huge changes in our lives because of loss or fear of loss, usually. He's blaming you. He's not going to learn anything from it, and you're not going to teach him. Not anyone else, especially you. You see? I know we want to do that, and if you want to, go ahead. I'm not telling you what to do. You know, I'm just saying you've got to go through things like this and think them through, and all that matters is how you feel about it. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what he does. It doesn't matter how he feels. It matters how you feel about it. And we can't take things back. It probably won't serve him. If he's a narcissist, it won't serve him to know. Probably. Especially as he's all victimized and he acts like a victim, poor me, and blames everybody else. It's not going to do anything for him. He might learn the lingo and learn how to turn around on you. It's very dangerous, you know, when narcissists learn about all this stuff and learn how to switch it around on you, right? That's what narcissists do. I recommend the Shane, the guy who killed himself from a bad smear campaign that never ended. This is why, okay? Because the person learned about smear campaigns, learned the lingo, and convinced everyone else that he was smear campaigning the narcissist. That's what a smear campaign is. They smear you, and like, look, they're smearing me. They're doing this to me. So ask yourself, will it benefit you or your children? And how? It should benefit you emotionally, and it may feel like it will feel good to do that. Really see it through and ask yourself if it will feel good after. And I don't know. That's your decision. Good luck. David. Hi, David. From Pennsylvania. Thank you. Can borderline personality disorder behaviors be repressed for years, then manifest themselves after a traumatic or stressful event? Example, person leads a relatively stable life, nothing off the wall, and then something traumatic happens, and then suddenly they can't keep relationships hot and cold, reckless spending, driving, drugs, etc. Well, I'm not a doctor, okay? So my guess, borderline personality disorder is a developmental disorder that occurs in childhood, okay? So if someone's borderline, or if this person's borderline, they probably displayed traits early on. They would have to. If you're going by, if this person was stable in their life and everything's fine until way later, and then they're like, oh my gosh, they're driving crazy and drugs and it's probably something else. Trauma related, like borderline, sure. I'm just guessing it's probably something else. Who knows, right? He could have a medical condition. He could, who knows? All kinds of medical conditions can make us act crazy and do weird when our balance is off in our head, and that can be from all kinds of different reasons. So but typically your answer would be kind of no. This is something that it causes problems for them their whole life. Okay, so it's probably something else. Be my guess. Think of things like attachment trauma. CPTSD is like attachment trauma. You have massive, and this is the difference, okay, from just PTSD, a single event. CPTSD, you have childhood attachment trauma, okay? It may not, all the feelings that you had during your childhood of trauma while you're attaching to your parents, they may not surface again really until you attach again to someone else. And if there's trauma in that relationship, more abuse, you've now got reoccurring trauma from your childhood, from attachment, and you may not experience any of this until you attach again. That's why I know most of you guys have some type of childhood trauma, and we had a neglectful childhood or whatever, and we don't, it doesn't come up and there's not a problem again until we attach again. So high school relationships and jobs and college and going to school, all those things don't really cause too much of a problem for us until we attach again to someone else. Add some more trauma, now you have reoccurring trauma, you feel helpless and hopeless and all these different things that come up again. That could be something he's experiencing. I don't know. Because CPTSD in its prime form looks like borderline personality disorder. And some doctors say it's the same thing. I don't think so, but hope that helps. Thank you. Grant from the United Kingdom. Hello, Grant. My ex had dated 2 other guys since we broke up. When we were together, she was posting pictures and statuses of us all over Facebook, yet the other relationships she's had since is hiding. She's never said a single word about them. Can you give me an insight or why she's doing this? A lot of personality disorder people are what? They're shallow, skin deep, right? They don't care about substance and what they really want out of life and how does it look? How does it look? How does it look? Because if I have a false ego that says I am what I look like or what other people think of me, if that's all I can base on who I am, then I'm going to care about what people think of me and what I look like on Facebook and stuff like this. So she may have been really excited with you and thought you were the answer to her dreams, soulmate, soul ties, all this stuff, right? But then these 2 guys are not. That's my guess. People that with personality disorders such as, people with personality disorders borderline and narcissism and shit, they don't want to be alone. So they tend to, and people who serial date and never want to be alone will date people they don't necessarily want to be with, right? So maybe she just doesn't feel the way about them that she did with you. You're special. I hope that helps. That's my guess. Bo Ra from Norway. Hello. I was dating that narcissistic man for 2 years and finally had my breaking out point almost 2 months ago. No contact, but the weirdest point is that I realized that he has some PD short after we started dating. And last year I found out that he is the book example of narcissistic. Even though I knew all of this and was quite educated about this disorder, I've kept dating him for 1 more year. Deep inside, I knew that I'll learn something about myself by staying in that toxic relationship, and I did learn a lot. Is it really normal to be thankful for such an experience? I keep telling myself that if I could turn back time, I wouldn't change anything because I've got some closure about my childhood. On the other side, I'm confused because this is simply not all right to think like that and to be thankful for this. I'm just confused. No, it's beautiful. It's great. It's a healthy, positive, growing, healing example of what happens when you do. And it's just awesome. It's awesome. We need to do this, guys. We needed this experience. It's a matter of time. If you didn't do it, if you guys had this experience when you're 30, and if you didn't, you might have it when you're 40. 10 years. Lost. Isn't it nice to learn now and not later? We need this experience. We were not taught a lot of things in childhood, and this is teaching us the hard way. We can learn the easy way in our childhood, we can learn the hard way in our adulthood. So beautiful, beautiful. That's just great. Signs that you're healed or healing very well. You don't feel sorry for them anymore, and you're not angry at them anymore, and you have a little compassion for them. And you're grateful for the experience, and you can see the goodness that came from it. With this experience, we do something positive, we can become experts, guys. I'm telling you, this experience and what you learn from it can help you for the rest of your life, not just with emotional trauma, okay? And how to deal with people and stuff. It's beautiful. Good job. Thank you for sharing. You don't need to feel bad about this. That's great you feel good. Check yourself. You say you feel good about it, so let it. That's good. Laura from Florida. Hello, Laura. You talked about isolation and that you did that yourself during your healing process. Later to learn it wasn't good to do that. I've been doing that for months now. Other than work, I don't want to be around anyone other than my kids. I don't trust anyone, their morals or their motives, and I don't want any negativity in my bubble whatsoever. I'm afraid I'm getting too content with shutting the world out. How do I break this cycle? I just feel safe being alone. Isn't that sad? Yes, it is. It's very sad, and we all know what you feel like, Laura. We all know. It's okay. This is normal, okay? There's all kinds of stuff going on, okay? I can just dive into all kinds of stuff that's happening and why. Please watch my videos titled Healing CPTSD. It will help you understand. So, how do I break the cycle shutting the world out? Well, guess what I'm going to say? Stop doing it, right? How do you do that? You gotta try. You gotta do it. So, it's very important for us to feel safe and secure, and I'm glad that you are doing what you need to do to feel safe and secure. I know isolating can be safe and secure, right? We don't have interactions with people, then no people can hurt us. We don't have interactions with people, nobody can love us. Nobody can make us feel good, okay? You've had bad experiences, bad, negative experiences, and that really kills our confidence, amongst many other things, self-esteem and worth. But your confidence is low from bad experiences. Your brain tells you it's going to keep happening. And as it's been happening, it's told you it's your fault. If you start looking at yourself more, Laura, and try to realize what's happened here and see the big picture of your whole life, you'll start feeling a little more in control and realizing that this wasn't all your fault, but you'll start realizing that not everyone's like this and that you had some more to play in this, and what you can do is you can change those things and feel in control more and trust people more. There's a chemical process happening here. This relationship, abusive relationship, it dropped your oxytocin down to nothing. I promise you have zero oxytocin, and raising oxytocin helps us trust people again. Having none makes us not trust people again. The way we raise oxytocin, the way we start trusting people again, is to get out and start trusting people again. So it's slow, okay? So we take our time and we start with just interactions and then maybe some friends or acquaintances, and we start having positive outcomes, okay? And then it starts building up our confidence, and we see that not everyone's bad, okay? You'll be okay, Laura. The problem is waiting too long and getting content and comfortable with it. Yes, we can't do that because we will. We'll get comfortable with isolating for the rest of our lives, and it won't help us and we won't heal, okay? We had a problem with relationship, and we need to keep trying and keep having relationships with people of all kinds of different relationships. We need them. They're vitally important to us. So we need to learn how to have a good relationship. So we need to heal from the last ones, figure out what went wrong so we can make them right now in the future, okay? Start small. I tell people start small, start forming a support group. Even though you might have friends, they might not be very supportive right now. So you ask them, please, can you talk to me for a half hour a week? We meet for lunch once a week? Different people doing different things. Get a professional. Start seeing them once or twice a week. Get 2 professionals. Get a life coach, a therapist, a counselor. Okay? I'm sorry, Laura. Keep going. Keep doing what you're doing and keep pushing yourself a little bit. Okay? Good luck. Good luck, good luck, good luck. And watch those videos, CPTSD. That is it, I believe. And let's see, and yeah, that's it. That's the end of the question and answer videos. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your support and your voting and your comments. And please keep sharing this where you can. All right, let's get all this kinds of information out and big and available for people who need it, so they don't commit suicide and don't keep getting in bad relationships and hurting themselves. Okay. Thank you guys. Love yourself first. Oh, and please, if you can go down in the comments or in the description box, I got a link to Shane's Law petition, a law to help prevent narcissistic abuse, hold people accountable that have been abusing people. Okay, thank you. Just follow the link, sign it. Appreciate you. Love you guys. Bye.